Salam alaikum again. This is Abdul Wadud reading from more of his book, Servant of the Loving One. This is a prose piece near the end, which attempts to sum up the journey that Abdul Wadud has taken through this book. He's returned to Cyprus, to Lefke, after Shaykh Nazim has passed away, Allah bless his soul. And these are some of his thoughts. There's a mention of a person called the Water Freer. He was a real person who came around after the floods when heavy rain had occurred and freed the channels, the conduits, the pipes, so the water could flow freely and prevent more flooding. Fasting on the seventh day, making wudu at Pir Osman Pasha, A.W. prayed in semi-darkness outside the mosque. Then along came in the early morning the Water Freer. After each downpour, he arrived on a rickety motorcycle with his eccentric implements to unblock the small concrete canals that fed the often thirsty and parched island. So many thoughts plunged through A.W.'s mind and heart. He had to go off and start walking among the hills around Lefke, up the citrus-fruited valleys towards sandpaper slopes, now freckled with green from the surprised deluges of recent days. Perhaps we should leave Abdul Wadud there with his shoes a little too worn and his little-known dreams. His brown satchel curved against his side and his faded prayer hat on his balding head. Now and then he might limp from that stiff left knee that's endured much kneeling on prayer mats and been tested on long, long treks. His shadow stretches ahead down the road, past the gouged out abandoned mine, exposing layers of inner rock on a mountainside as he walks towards, but not into, the forbidden zone. He questions, do we all have forbidden zones? He might greet someone he knows, or half knows, or doesn't know, with salams, his tasbih twirling through his fingers. A.W. doing salawat, or chanting inwardly and sometimes out loud one of the beautiful names of Allah, Ya Wadud, for example, the loving one. It's all about that emotion, being transcended to become that emotion refined into a more complete way of behaving, that without fail extended goodness towards his companion human beings and restrained temptations to impose an evil thought or action. Abdul Wadud understood he would be asking for forgiveness until and beyond the last day of his life. He could as well as submit to be rebellious, an angelic rascallion, if such can exist. For now, he would recognize his enfeebled moral and physical state by plying his tasbih. Round and round the beads would trickle through his fingers, like sacred water being offered to Maulana. May Allah bless his soul. Perhaps we should leave him as he slips away from Lefke and the Durga past twilight, azan for Isha sounding through the hills, No shadow as yet from the moon between sporadic light street lamps.